Hello, everybody. Welcome. Refugees from tyranny. We have an opportunity for you. Acapulco. It isn't enough to simply complain about how things are and be disappointed, disillusioned, or disgusted for people who value freedom. We've got to be demonstrating it. Understanding that freedom is about giving people better choices and the responsibility that goes along with those choices. Our best bet is to enlighten people on what is excellence and what isn't, so they can make better choices themselves. Estimates suggest that 4 to 5 million people are going to be leaving Ukraine for the better surroundings and less explosions. Something like 25 million Americans have left their crappy jobs for greener pastures. Pinnacles of freedom that were embodied in countries like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand are now on the verge of being technocratic nightmares. For those able and those who truly appreciate what freedom can be, I'm suggesting considering Acapulco. Acapulco as, and at the very least, a place to visit and unwind from the craziness of the rest of the world. Many people believe Acapulco is dangerous because of propaganda they've heard. Well, there's a great deal of good news if that's the case. For people who don't understand responsibility comes with freedom, though, it may not be so much. You have to use your head in Acapulco because there are dangers like any other city. But that isn't what defines this community. And I say community because Acapulco isn't like most cities. It has a uniqueness that is entirely its own. And it's much more like a town than a city or a village. For all the talk of danger, there's an incredible amount of kindness that goes without mention. Having lived here for 7+ years, I've experienced and had many people describe acts of kindness that go far beyond anything I've experienced living everywhere else for the other 45+ years of my life. People take care of each other here. And if you're an older person, you will be respected far more than anywhere else in the West. Acapulco is and always has been a service economy. It's not just a criteria, it's part of the culture. Acapulco is at the center of two continents. For centuries, Acapulco was the main port on the west coast of North and South America. Needless to say, I can safely say they know more about trade than any other culture in the Western Hemisphere. For people who desire voluntary interactions over force or coercion, that understand the need for a free market, who and where is there a better place? Acapulco is abundance. There are somewhere around 300,000 plus edible plants on the planet. You'll find about 40 in your local supermarket that you're familiar with. But in Acapulco, you'll find many, many more. And boy, are you going to be surprised when you taste them. The truth of the matter is that much of the controlled food supply is about capital and commodities. If they can't be stored and shipped, they don't have value in the fiat system. But for normal people here in Acapulco, we will never go hungry. Acapulco is natural. Like most cities in the world, there's a separation between the modern concrete world and nature, and it's distinguishable. However, in Acapulco, it's much harder to keep nature away. The natural beauty of the bay and the surrounding geography won't be denied. Witness a few sunsets here, and I promise you'll have a much better understanding of what I'm talking about. The advantage here is as the world is transitioned into a social credit system of the metaverse, Acapulqueños will have a distinct advantage of having a constant reminder of the harmony and balance nature has naturally. Acapulco is on a different clock. If you're tired of the drumbeat of the slave system, Acapulco has an answer for you, a different perspective on time. Some Westerners will never be able to break the program, but for those that do, they'll have the ability to examine relaxation at an entirely different level. Now, in the interest of brevity, I'll stop here. There's much more, I guarantee it. There's really only one way to find out for yourself, and that's to visit. It's a bit off the beaten path. The powers that be haven't made it easy to discover the depth and breadth of Acapulco, but for those who dare, there's much to absorb. Decide to be free and become free, my friends.